Welcome back everyone to another review. This time we're going to be looking at a match that was going well in the first half, but kind of not so great in the second half. We're going to see how we could have played better and what we can improve on. But keep in mind, guys, sometimes some matches are just unwinnable. You know, that's just kind of how ranked works, unfortunately. If you guys want your replay review done, make sure you guys check the Discord. If you guys would like a free replay review, I do them every Saturday. However, if you are a member of the channel or of Twitch, whichever one you like to be a member of, YouTube or Twitch, you guys can have your replay reviews done in video format like this throughout the week. So we are going to be playing Moon Knight here. We're going to be gaming. Let's see what happens as we walk out. You were talking about how you're trying to have a little bit more of an off angle pressure, which is great. You're doing a good job here. You're setting up. Even better. Okay. Let's see what happens. You want to look to try to one-shot someone squishy. So she went into cloak. You already know she's probably going to fade. Wait for her to come back out. The cooldown to cloak is, well, it's not even a cooldown. She can just instantly press it because she's already cloaked. But if she's in dagger form and then she cloaks back out, that means that she, if she's dagger form and she needs to go to cloak, you have enough time to burst her before she even returns back. She also threw down her healing dome. So you gotta wait for these cooldowns before you go for a play. It might seem like you wanna be active all the time, but trust me, just waiting for a second to see what cooldowns are burned and things like that will net you so many more KOs, it's ridiculous. So I would just chill out and not do anything for a second, let the fight unfold a little bit. She didn't even have to fade, Mag then bubbled. That's unlucky. So here I like that you're flanking, but you have to remember before you start attacking, you gotta be safe. Right now, should someone attack you, you're kind of cooked. I'm not gonna lie. You need to have a way to get away. You're not someone who is fast, so you have to make sure that you have a lot of things around or there's an easier way to get back to your team. What I would have liked from you is I really like what you're doing, but I would like for you to either take the long route and be safe or try to be a little cheeky and get here. And then that way, if you should get attacked, you're right there with your team. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about getting in trouble. You can also go up here. This breaks if you really want to break it. And you can do it from here. And then you could do some damage. You know, basically have an easier way to get back to your team. Don't just flake for the sake of it because you're going to be split. You don't want to just squish them like a sandwich. Usually no character wants to do that. So it's better for you to be more at an off angle, not the actual rear of the team. But let's see how this works. Let's see if I'm right or I'm wrong. You see how it's very easy to get to you? You'd be KO'd if their team understood anything, but you are in lower ranks, so it makes sense. You would be KO'd, you would have lost the fight right then and there. And the more you're KO'd, the less carry chance that you have. So you gotta make sure that you're alive long enough, make sure that you're in a position, because you could have done the same thing from here without taking any damage. You could get shot once and get KO'd here instantly. So now these are things that we should be thinking about. Before you flank, you have to think about what their team has and if getting a pick is good or bad. So is it better to do damage from main, like a poke character, or is it better to flank? Because different teams have different goals. You do have a Star-Lord, and the rest of your team is pretty much just kind of like AFK bots. So if I were playing Moon Knight into these characters, is it better for us to go down main, or is it better for us to look for a one-shot potential on a character? Given the fact that your team is very push reliant, like they're very poke heavy, front to back, sitting in main isn't that much of a bad idea. It's really not. You can flank if you want to, but it's not going to hurt you sitting in main. Now, you do have a Star-Lord though, which means that he's going to look to dive a lot more. What you want to do is wait, let the fight play out, because you have a poke team. It's going to be a lot slower of a fight. Let it play out and then do damage when he goes in, or do damage when someone does something crazy, like Doctor Strange Maelstroming or something. So get in position. Again, you could break that wall. You could break that wall. And don't do damage yet. Just get in position and wait. Because if you get in position and wait, you don't get attacked. And I'm going to play this out. Let's just say you did break the wall. And you said, I'm going to sit up here and wait. You'd probably get clapped. I would just sit in here and wait, honestly. Wait for them to push. And let's just say we did wait. And Star-Lord then does that. You're not going to be able to do anything, unfortunately. He shouldn't have even ulted like that. It is what it is. But let the fight play out. Just chill. Let it play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. Perfect. Now, you'll wait You can either throw your stuff down now and get that one shot on Cloak and Dagger, or you can wait for it to the bubble. Shoot through the bubble. This is free. You can also headshot her. As you let the game play out, if you're patient, things will go into your favor a lot. One of the issues that a lot of players seem to have with this game is they're very fast-paced oriented. And I do understand the game is a fast-paced game, but realistically, let it unfold a little bit. The higher you get, the slower you kind of have to play if you want to be a true hard carry. Let things kind of play out and then go for your moment. With Moon Knight in particular, he's more of like a one-bang character or a main character. Then usually you are waiting for that. If you're someone like Star-Lord, you could be a little bit more active because that's kind of his design, you know? So it really depends on not just your team comp, but also what character you're playing. Now, if I were playing Star-Lord in this game in particular, I wouldn't be crazy fast moving because we have a poke team. They can't really do anything with me, right? You have to play slower because that's the team. Now, if you had a Venom and a Hulk and a Star-Lord and like that type of gameplay, you can go nuts. But this is a very slow, methodical game, especially because there's a penny nest. So your main goal is probably taking out that nest and then looking for a play. Right here, you see how fast you're ready to act that you don't even notice the Squirrel Girl's to your left. And then Squirrel Girl starts pelting you with acorns, you get KO'd. This is what tends to happen, which is why I don't like playing against Penny, because the teammates will just stagger. And they feel like they're so pressed for time because they don't want to take the time to take out the nest. Not you, just in general teams. They stagger because they feel like, oh, I don't have enough time, gotta push, you gotta do something, Penny's just camping. And then that just leads to them getting staggered. Then you got just random staggers because of this character. That's why I permaban her no matter what, right? I have even permabanned her in Celestial, like when I'm streaming. Like you guys, I permaban this character. I do not play. It is a very easy character for your team to lose to if they do not have brains, period. And so I'm just banning her. It doesn't, you don't get staggered like this. You don't get players rushing to do anything. I highly recommend anyone trying to climb ban Penny until they nerf her in some shape or form. And it's funny because I don't even think she's broken. She's just strong because people suck, basically, right? People are impatient. But until they do something about that, I would suggest banning her. You'd have an easier time winning, especially on defense. This one was pretty straightforward on why we took an L here. Mainly it's just because your team started staggering. And the first few minutes of the match is very crucial. Well, the first minute is very crucial. When you're dealing with Penny, you have to be a lot more methodical. And also your team was very poke heavy anyway, so there's not a lot of fast action that you can make. We should look to destroy the nest and then look for the fight. Destroy the nest, look for the fight. Destroy the nest. If you're gonna let that character through, as a DPS player, that is your goal. You should be flanking to destroy that nest. I permaban her because DPS players typically don't do that, and tanks tend to stagger and strats tend to stagger, and I don't got time. I will ban that character. Given the team comp you were in versus the comp you were against, you had to play a lot slower. Once the seconds started draining, everybody started playing faster. You started playing faster. Your team started playing faster, and that's what led to the L. So I would like you to be a little bit more methodical with your gameplay and just play a little bit slower. When you're playing Moon Knight, you don't have to be so active. Just wait for your moment to get the one shot off and get the one shot off. If you need to play towards main, play towards main. Honestly, you can break this down even more simple. Farm your ultimate main, look for a flank, look for a one shot with your ult. Farm ultimate main, look for a flank, ult. If that should help get you into the understanding of like what you're looking for and how to do the damage. And then as you get better at that, you can start doing it without your ultimate. So that'd be what I recommend you to do as homework. Only look to flank for a KO potential after you have ult. Otherwise, just stay in main. You do that, I think you would learn how to flank properly and learn the timing of everything. You'll be a lot more slow and deliberate when you flank without your ult, and you'll see a lot more KO potential. As always, hope this helped you guys. If you guys want free replay views, check out my Discord, link in the description below. If you want them on Saturday, we do them every Saturday. If you want to have them done in a video format like this, become a member, help support the channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and you can get them in video format like this. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Happen often. Will often.